For Fred Mashage Howard and Beth Ativila, both mountaineers, sealed their love on top of one of the tallest mountains in the world, Mount Kilimanjaro. Yes, that is where he proposed to her, and she said yes. But the question in all our minds is, why would he choose such a dangerous expedition to declare his undying love?
But I wanted to come up with something that is different and something that didn't give the option of saying no.
I need to tell that story. It's so hard because you can't breathe normal and you're tired, you're carrying a huge backpack, you have to keep rehydrating and the water is frozen. It's a very uncomfortable climb. And we go up and I had it. I said, I'm going back. And he kept saying, no, babe, let's go a little farther. You know, he kept encouraging me. So we get to the top and I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm wearing 5 pairs of, trousers. I'm wearing 3 shirts and a sweat and 2 jackets. It's just really uncomfortable. And then he goes down on his knee. I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, this is the disillusionment you get when you get up this high. And then, so he says, yada, yada, how special I am, of course. And he says, will you marry me? It was beautiful. And I'm wearing my 3 pairs of gloves, and I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I don't care about the cold and all that. So it was really nice, and he slipped the ring on. And, yeah, it's now I think about it, yeah. It was a beautiful proposal.
Mount Kilimanjaro happens to be the highest mountain in Africa and the 3rd tallest in the world, standing at approximately 19,000 feet above sea level. Back to our couple, Beth and Fred.
I'm an educator, pretty much a teacher here. Yeah, that's what I do.
I'm an educator too.
For their big day, Beth and Fred are planning a red and white themed garden wedding for their 150 guests.
I knew I wanted certain things, and I knew how I wanted for my wedding to come out. The most important thing to me was to remember it as a beautiful process. I wanted for it to be something, the memory is very important to me. As long as I feel good about the experience, I'll be good for the rest of my life.
Oh, well. We are hesitant to ask Fred what he thinks about the whole thing.
The way it involves money, and
lots of money.
That's, a lot of money. So, what else could we do with this money? Maybe invest it somewhere.
And cut is exactly what Beth did to fit her dream within their budget. Beth is going for a timeless, elegant look in the lush greenery Mother Nature has to offer.
What's the point, in my reasoning, of paying for a beautiful natural garden that is green and lush and then cover it up with tents? The reason why I wanted Kumbaya Garden is because of the nature around it. It's just natural and green. So I want it to just be that, simple and clean, so that we can see the nature around us. We can just enjoy it and just feel like we are having a picnic. I know I want chivari, they say chivari chairs, white with red cushions. I want, I just want I love white. It's just clean. And it goes well with the red and black. So, and then are we going to use gazebos, for the sitting areas? I don't like tents. No offense to people who do, but they just seem like a lot. I'm not a huge fan of tents. So she's just using flat roofed gazebos for the sitting of the guests. Originally, we were supposed to do parasols, so that each table of 10 would have a parasol. Each table of 10 would have a white parasol. But then I heard stories of wind blowing the parasols, horror stories.
With her bridesmaids wearing red gowns, the groomsmen will introduce a contrast into the wedding with their black suits.
For my evening party, it is an all-white party. I did specifically say it's all white, and I'm going to have a big buff guy standing at the door too. I plan on that. I'm serious. You show up with your blue trouser, whatever, no thank you. I love you, but I'll love you tomorrow. Tonight, just please do me a favor and show up in white. We all have something white somewhere. Or it could always be part of the wardrobe. I don't know. You know, it could always, it's a, and I sent my cards out in January for this particular reason. I because we have a lot of family out of the country, you know, so we wanted for everyone to just get their card and let us know if they're coming, number one. And number two, if someone just gave me a card today and said, this is the theme of my evening party and this is the theme of my wedding and blah, 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 and I'm hoping that you can show up, you know, coordinated or whatever, I'll not take it very kindly because really, 28 days, I'm not that rich that I'll just walk out there and buy this and buy that. And so we give everyone 6 months heads up to try, and if you're planning on attending this, please be just for the evening party. The rest of it, no, you know, you can show up with your yellow, I'll be okay.
They will have to dig deep into their pockets to finance Beth's dream.
Over the last year, every end of the month, I go out, I buy something I know is going to be for the wedding. And keeping up with that accounting sometimes is off. But if we put everything together, I'm very sure it's upward toward 2 million.
For her invites, she did meet them quite early. With the bride-to-be residing in India, she took advantage of the good bargains they have down there.
It's a booklet when you open it, and inside you find all the necessary information for the wedding. And so the first one is the invitation to the wedding and the ceremony and the reception. And then the second card is the invitation to the evening party. And then the last one is the program for the wedding. In the card, I've given instructions of, you know, like how many people per card are allowed and the theme colors, and to please bring the card. Yeah, because it's we can't really afford to have more people than we invited. I'm hoping my mom is not duplicating cards somewhere. Make more copies for her friends.
Knowing most Kenyan weddings, a guest list is in fact theoretical and not really honored by the guest. Her numbers might just go up, but for now, it's a question of wait and see. The couple are planning to have a garden ceremony and reception, but in different hotels, which is where the couple is currently based, but they had lots to say why they didn't want a church wedding.
We didn't book a church is because it gets really crazy. And if you're not the first wedding, you don't get enough time to put your, you know, deco up. You don't get, and sometimes the wedding before you gets delayed. And so your wedding, and you know, these days pastors charge. You keep him waiting, his time is money. So in case the church is inconveniencing you, they're not taking responsibility for that. Yeah, so that's why we chose hotel.
My name is Marion Obura. I am the CEO and founder of Majestic Events, and I am one of the lecturers at the Wedding Members Business Academy. If you're a certified planner, if you've been trained and you have a certificate, it proves to the couple that you've actually taken time to understand the nitty-gritties and the technicalities of planning a wedding. So being certified is a plus for you. There are many planners, as I said earlier, who will want to wake up one morning and call themselves a planner. But you decided to take your time and decided to learn about the practicalities of planning a wedding. Who will a couple take? A planner who just woke up one morning and says, I can plan, or one who is actually certified? So ladies and gentlemen, absolutely. I know there are very many other places you can get certification, but if you want to be the best, you train with the best, and you train at the Wedding Members Business Academy.